Welcome everyone. In this video, we'll be discussing the remaining three questions of activity 2.4. So let's start with question number 8. So in question number 8, we are given a system of linear equation where B is partially known. We have B1, B2, but B3 and B4 are 0. And again, A is a coefficient matrix over here. So the first option says x1 is dependent on x2. So here, if we try to mark the pivot elements, then 1 is a pivot element and in the second row, this one is the pivot element. We know the columns in which the pivot elements are there are called pivot columns, and the variables corresponding to the pivot columns are your dependent variables. So thus we can write x1 and x3 are dependent variables, whereas x2 and x4 are independent variables. Now let's try to write the equations from the given matrix. So here, if we try to write the equation from the first row, we get x1 is equal to b1. So x1 equal to b1 means that the value of x1 is not dependent on the value of x2. So this option is incorrect. If we try to write the equation from the row 2, we will get x3 plus x4 is equal to b2. That means x3 could be written as b2 minus of x4. That means the value of x3 is dependent on the value of not just x4 but the value of b2 as well. So this is incorrect also. Now coming on to the option 3 where it says x2 is an independent variable. So yes, we have seen that x2 is an independent variable. The fourth option says the solution of the system of linear equation if exists is unique. So we will have to check whether this solution exists or not. So to check whether the solution exists or not, we try to look for the zero rows. So here we have a zero row and here also we have a zero row. And one thing we can see is that the corresponding values in the B vector for these two rows are also zero. Thus, this is not a case of no solution. That means the solution for this equation exists. Now we will have to check whether the solution is unique or not. So presence of independent variables means the solution is not unique. We can write presence of independent variables means the solution is not unique. Is not unique. That means there exist infinitely many solutions. Okay. The last option says there exist infinitely many solutions. So yes, this option is correct. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Here question number 9 and 10 are based on this common data where A is a matrix and consider the system of linear equations given by Ax equal to B and B is the known vector. Now answer the following questions. Find the number of independent variables. So here to find the number of independent variables, we need to change A into the RREF form. And here we can observe that A is already in RREF form. So 1, 0, 3, 0, 1, 2 and 0, 0, 0. So here this is already in RREF form because this is our first pivot and this is our second pivot. Now, how many independent variables are there? So two pivot means x1 and x2 are dependent, whereas x3 is an independent variable. Independent variable. So the number of independent variable is 1. Okay. Question number 10 says if x1 equal to 0 is given, then find out the number of solution of the given system of linear equation. So it says x1 equal to 0 is given. Okay. Now we have to find the solution for the given system. So let's write the system over here. A is, let's copy from here, 103. Then we have 012 and then we have 0, 0, 0. If we multiply it with x1 is 0, then x2 and then x3. And then finally we have our known vector b, which is equal to 430. Okay. So let's write the equations. So from the row 1 we can write the equation 0 times of 1 plus 0 times of x2 plus 3 times of x3 is equal to 4. So from here we get the value of x3 as 4 by 3. Now from the row 2 we can write the equation x2 plus 2x3 equal to 3. So now from here we have the value of x2 as 3 minus of 2 times of x3, which is equal to 4 by 3. So it is 3 minus 8 by 3, which is equal to 1 by 3. So the value of x3 is equal to 4 by 3, the value of x2 is equal to 1 by 3, given the value of x1 is equal to 0. So the number of solution for the given system equation is 1. There is only one unique solution, which is 0, 1 by 3 and then 4 by 3. So this is the only element of the solution set. Okay, so this was all for this video. We'll see you in the next video.